Alright, so I'm going to talk about one of the things that's kind of been bumping around in my mind for a little while, but I haven't really had the opportunity to talk about it with anyone. And that topic is YouTube in general. Kind of YouTube and the way it works and the way that we interact with it, the way that you guys interact with it, just kind of the role that it plays in the life of both the content provider and the content consumer or viewer. And I kind of want to structure this a little bit as like a conversation. So I know that like you guys watching a video isn't exactly the most interactive medium for having a conversation. Like, for example, we can't just talk face to face and kind of exchange ideas. But I thought that we might do it a little bit differently. We could. I'm basically going to say what I'm going to say, express these ideas that I have, and then I'm hoping that you guys in the comments are going to respond with your own thoughts and kind of just leave a comment on what you think of the particular discussion. And so I'm going to put out a challenge or an assignment or whatever you want to call it for everyone who's watching this video right now. And the video is already about 15 minutes in. So everybody who is still watching this video, I'm going to ask you to leave just leave one comment on what you think of my discussion, and just give me your opinions on it. And I'll come back to this in a minute and maybe give some more suggestions. But first off, before I get into it, there are three things that I kind of want to lay out. 3 points about YouTube, and the first one is kind of. It kind of goes without saying, it's kind of a little bit obvious, but it's kind of the way that the whole YouTube experience works, and it's kind of what it's all structured around, and that is kind of the give and take of, provider and subscriber interaction, just kind of, why people watch videos, why people create YouTube videos, and the whole thing is the people who create the videos. So that would be, so like that, for example, some really big people that make videos are, like C-Nanners, and I guess Hutch isn't really around anymore, but C-Nanners, Woody's Gamertag, other people who make gaming videos. Of course, other people make different kinds of videos, but I'm just gonna kind of stick to the gaming commentary kind of section, because that's where I am right now. And then there are, of course, the people who watch videos, like you guys, and of course, some of you guys out there might, make videos as well, and that's great. But we're kind of here in the middle, and I might, switch between I and we. Of course, I do most of the stuff for the Chaps channel, but it's really, the three of us who make the decisions and stuff like that, me, Emmett, and Keegan. But the reason that we make content and the reason that you watch content, of course, at its core is because, we enjoy making videos, you guys enjoy watching videos, and it's kind of a common incentive. Now, the second point is about money. Now, this is going to be kind of short. It's no secret that people on YouTube make money. Popular people on YouTube make money for people watching their videos. It's pretty obvious, and of course that varies on how popular they are. We happen to be one of those channels out there, of course, because we're rather small. We're by no means as big as anyone else, any other of those notable commentators out there. But we make a certain amount of money. It's certainly nothing to live on. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much it is, but it's all right. So, and of course, there are people out there who make their entire livelihood just on YouTube money, and that's really cool. That's a great profession. Of course, that's not where we're at right now, but that's just the way it works. Now, the third point is the stats on YouTube videos and on YouTube channels that you can look at. Now, there's 5 main stats that I think about. There's views, there's likes, there's favorites, there's comments, and there's subscriptions. Now, each of these works in a different way, especially related to that whole YouTube money thing and just YouTube popularity. Now, of course, views, pretty self-explanatory. That's how many people watch the video. And views are probably the most important stat. That judges, how many people are watching your video. Of course, if they're repeat viewing, it doesn't really show that, but for the most part, it shows, how many people are watching your content or watching that particular video, and certain views on certain videos are going to tell you more about that kind of video. And views are the most important stat in making money. Views are really the only thing that counts, because the way that YouTubers make money is, they put advertisements on their videos, before or after or during the videos. They put little advertisements on them. If you look at the advertisements or click on the advertisements, they get a certain amount of money, per click or view or whatever. It's still kind of a mystery to me how exactly it works. I just kind of go with it. And I myself, as far as the money thing is concerned, I don't even really think about it that much. I just kind of know it's there. The money's kind of lying in an account somewhere, and I haven't really done anything with it yet. But views, basically the only thing that counts toward, your YouTube money. Now, likes and favorites, that has to do with something completely different. Now, you click like, takes half a second on a video, it, that all racks up, and the likes and favorites, they count toward the exposure that a video gets in suggestions, and eventually, I guess, if it gets enough likes and views, it'll be on, let's say, the front page of YouTube. This is kind of an extreme circumstance, but the more likes and favorites a video has, the more it's going to show up in people's suggestions on videos that they're already watching. So that's why likes and favorites are important. Now, comments don't really serve any purpose. What am I talking about? Any purpose other than conveying some sort of opinion from the viewer. Of course, that's really obvious. But you don't get a certain amount of money based on the number of comments that you have. It's all about the views. Comments don't really do anything other than relay something from the viewer to the provider of the content. Now, subscriptions are kind of a bit of a hollow stat, although of course they're important. Now, subscriptions on their own, the number of subscriptions that you have doesn't reflect, necessarily how popular you are. I mean, it does, but like your exact number of subscriptions isn't the exact indicator of how popular a particular channel is. And it's not an exact indicator of how good a channel is. Now, of course, people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, it's pretty obvious that they have good content. But just as a general rule, subscriptions, basically, the number of subscribers is just the number of people who are notified of the videos. Now, that has nothing to do with who actually watches the videos. People could have, I think a while back, YouTube actually deleted a bunch of inactive accounts because there were all these people who had subscribed to channels, but they didn't actually watch anything. They were just not doing anything. And that's one of the reasons that I don't, or we as the chaps don't participate in anything like box for box or sub for sub, where you just have, random YouTube channels, you subscribe to them, they subscribe to you. But, I mean, the whole thing about people watching your videos is that you want to hit a particular target audience, people that actually like your videos. And so if you have a bunch of random subscribers that might not even like gaming videos at all, maybe they don't even know what Minecraft is, there's no point in having those people subscribe to you. So subscriptions don't actually have anything to do with money. If you hit the subscribe button right now above this video, that's not going to give me any money. That's only going to let me know that perhaps you're interested in Minecraft videos and you're going to keep watching, just in a theoretical sense. So that's the third item. Now, one thing that, and I'm already like 8 minutes into this commentary, so I'm probably going to have to slow down the footage, but another thing is how people get popular on YouTube, because there's a huge gradient, there's a huge range between, small channels and large channels. There are the channels that are, that have they put out content, but they have no subscribers, and there's channels out there that of course put out content and they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And so I just kind of want to look at, how YouTube channels grow. Why are they big? Why does this happen, and how does this work exactly? And the way I look at it, there's 3 stages of being on YouTube as a content publisher. The first one is kind of starting out, you getting your initial audience, finding out what you want to do, kind of that initial stage. Now, this is kind of where we started out in, I think it was somewhere between March and May of 2011, where we were just kind of, finding out what we wanted to do, what people like to see, and whether people actually like to watch us at all. And the second stage is when you're actually growing. This is by far the longest stage, probably the one in which the most work is involved, and this is where, a YouTube channel basically goes from relatively nothing, where you have your channel, you know what you're doing, but you haven't really done it yet. You're kind of just starting out. And then the growing phase is where you're actually, starting to put out consistent content. People are actually starting to react to your videos. You're actually, you're reaching an audience that is gradually increasing in size. That's the growing stage. And then, of course, the third stage is after you've grown to a particular size. Of course, the interesting thing is, growth as far as YouTube subscriptions is concerned is almost exponential. That's why the growing stage is by far the longest, because once you've reached, let's say 500,000 subscribers, you're going to keep growing, because once that many people know that you have that much content, that you have good content, and that's going to be enough of an initiative for you to keep putting out content. And so the more content you put out, the more people are going to watch your videos. So it just keeps on growing and growing and growing. Now, that's what I like to call the grooving stage, or you can call it whatever you want. But that's kind of after you've grown to a particular size, you just kind of keep growing, you keep on putting out content, and you keep on kind of at that point you've already started to make a good bit of money. If you've already gotten like 800,000 subscribers, you're probably making a livelihood off of YouTube. Now, I kind of want to examine how this is done. This is all well and good in theory. You start out, you grow, you get an audience, and eventually you reach a point at which, a lot of people like your content, and you can kind of keep on doing it. But of course, by a long shot, not even a fair percentage of people who actually create, I'm just trying to word this right now, not even like a reasonable percentage of people who create content on YouTube actually reach an audience. And so the people that do actually reach an audience, how do they do it? Now, there's two factors here that I think are involved. There's quality and there's exposure. Now, the quality, of course, it kind of speaks for itself. It's basically, how good the videos are, how much effort you put into it, how good it is, basically, how enjoyable it is to watch. Now, that I think, in the pure sense, is the most important item. However, the second item, which is just as important to actually becoming popular, is the exposure of your videos. And that's like how many people actually see it, how many people are exposed to the content that you're creating. And that's an entirely different thing, because, of course, if you have really good videos, then people are going to watch them if they know about them. If people see that you make really good videos, they're going to keep watching them, right? Now, there's certain ways that people can get exposure. Like, for example, let's take CNanners. He's a really big commentator. Everybody likes him. He's got over 1 million subscribers, and he became really popular. Like, he makes good videos. He's been making videos consistently. I've watched him for a long time now. But the way he got popular was because he started making Modern Warfare 2 videos at a time where there was kind of, Modern Warfare 2 came out. It was a really big game. But this was before the whole YouTube scene had really, exploded into something big where everybody was making content. And so CNanners, being one of the first people to actually make this kind of content, got really popular because people were looking for Modern Warfare 2 content. They saw this guy out here. He was one of the very few people that were actually doing this. They saw that he was good, and they kept watching him. And thus, he entered into that second stage of growing and growing and growing until eventually he is where he is now at kind of, the pinnacle of YouTube greatness. And he makes great content and everybody likes him and so on and so forth. So, and that's true for tons of, notable YouTube commentators. It's a pretty similar story. Woody's Gamertag, T. Martin. I'm drawing a blank here, but there's tons of other people out there. I'm sorry. Now, this is how the big commentators do it, right? They find a niche for their content, so to speak. They do it really well. People like them, and they grow, right? I mean, it sounds simple, but it's really much more complicated than that. Now, how do I think I'm going to go about this? Because of course, I don't see the chaps really. I mean, I don't want to put ourselves down. I don't see the chaps becoming, a 1 million subscriber channel anytime soon. But of course, we want people to see our videos because we put a lot of effort into them. And I think it really centers around making unique content, making content that you really can't see anywhere else. And if you see it somewhere else, you have to do it better than wherever else people see it, right? So you have to find your niche. Now, of course, like I said, the CNanners example, his niche was making Call of Duty commentaries, and he's really good at that, and that's how he got started. There's other people who are really good at making Minecraft videos. The Yogscast, Captain Sparkles, for example, they make really good Minecraft videos. Now, what we're trying to do with the chaps, we're trying to make really good Minecraft videos, but we're trying to do it in a way that, people haven't done before. At least it hasn't been done in a magnitude of ways that, we're going to be completely enveloped in the amount of that kind of content. So for example, with the Chap series, we're kind of trying to do an adventure thing that, hasn't been done before in that kind of way. You could argue that, like for example, the Yogscast did it first. Of course, that's kind of the common thing. You copied from the Yogscast. I don't really want to get too into this, but there's plenty of Minecraft content out there, so you can't really pin, you know, a certain area on starting the genre. But we're kind of trying to do it in a way that hasn't been done before, and we're trying to do it well. And of course, with these Better Than Sam commentaries, which I'm guessing is getting a bit long at this moment, with the Better Than Sam commentaries, you know, I'm kind of trying to hit that area of people who like to watch, you know, Minecraft mod videos, who like to watch, you know, contraptions being built in Minecraft, who like to watch cool things made out of redstone and stuff like that, who are into kind of that mechanical aspect, and Better Than Wolves kind of attracts them to that. And the Better Than Wolves community is really cool. So that's where I'm going. That's what I'm going for. That's how we're trying to approach it. And of course, as we grow, I think that it's safe to say we're in kind of like an earlier part of that second stage. And we've been around for, well, we've been around for a little over a year now. I think we've been around since about May of 2011. And right now it's July of 2012. Now, where are we now? How has this worked so far? So, first off, right now we have 150 some odd subscribers. At least that's how much we had last time we checked. And I just want to throw out there, we put a tremendous amount of effort into our videos. And I'm not trying to say, you know, we're the best, we're better than everybody else, but we put a lot of effort into our videos. And, you know, I can't really speak for Emmett and Keegan by themselves, but as the person who kind of operates our YouTube channel, I'd like to think that I put in just like a huge amount of effort and time towards the videos that we make. And that's something that I'm really proud of. And every time I see a comment on one of our videos, on like one of our Chaps Adventure Series videos, saying like, you know, nice job, well done, you know, I really enjoyed this, something like that, that's really satisfying. And of course, like I said, comments don't give us any money. Comments are really just for us to see what people think about our videos. And it's really cool to see a nice comment on there. And you know, and then of course that motivates us to put even more effort into our videos. Now, I'm just going to give an example of another channel that started about the same time as us, a little bit later actually, called Piano Man BD, and they make Minecraft videos as well. I think their tagline is Minecraft videos of awesome or something like that. And so they make kind of a similar thing. They have like a Minecraft adventure series going on. They make other playthroughs. It's like a pair of people who make Minecraft videos. You know, I've watched them before. I'm sure they've seen some of our videos, and they started out a little bit later than us, about the same time, and they've got about 2,000 subscribers. Now, my question is, I'm kind of just asking this to myself. I'm just kind of contemplating this whole area of thought. You know, what is it that they did? How did they find the key to getting that many subscribers within the same amount of time, where we only have 150? And I'm not complaining or anything like that. I'm just kind of pondering the possibilities. So, and of course, they must have found a niche of their own. Like, for example, one of the things that I've seen in a lot of comments on their videos, you know, because they got a lot of comments. One of the things that I've seen is, you know, people asking to join their server, and they run fan playable servers, and so they've kind of hit that area of people who like playing multiplayer on Minecraft servers, and so they hit that, and they also have hit the area of people with, like, you know, hacked Minecraft accounts who want to play on a server, and that's perfectly understandable. So that's how they did that, and of course they make good content as well. I'm not trying to put out any slander or anything here, just to stay away from that. And I think they put in a pretty similar amount of effort to the amount of effort that we put into our videos, and I think that's a compliment, just judging by the amount of time that I put into Chap's videos. And I'm going to try to wrap up this commentary soon because it's getting rather long. But you know, so what are they doing that we haven't done yet? And that's kind of what I'm asking. I'm going to kind of wrap it up now, wrap it up here, and I just want you to. Going back to my challenge from about 18 minutes earlier. Sorry, I know it's been a little while, but leave a comment on what you think of this whole thing. You know, what is it that we can do to, you know, give ourselves a little bit more exposure? How can we make our videos a little bit better quality? Because as I can see, you know, I think our most viewed video has about 3,000 or so views. You know, we generally get about, you know, 3 comments on average. You know, we get a few likes, maybe like 5 to 8, something like that. Like I said, we have 150 subscribers. You know, it doesn't seem to balance out. So, first off, what I want to ask you to do is just leave a comment on what you watch. So, for example, we have the Chaps Adventure series. We have Better Than Sam. Which one do you watch? Do you watch just Better Than Sam? I mean, obviously, you watch Better Than Sam if you've gotten this far into this video. Do you watch just the Chaps, and you just happen to stumble along this video? Which one do you like better? Or maybe you like our vlogs that we've done a couple of. So let us know about that. Also, what kind of content would you like to see? Maybe you can throw that in there, like if there are any other games that you want to see, anything else we can do with Minecraft, any other kind of commentaries that we can go into, and just overall, how can we get better? Like, just leave your opinions. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about what you think about the whole YouTube thing, what I've talked about so far. Just kind of leave your opinions on that. Just, leave a comment. Everybody who watches this video, like I said, I'm not trying to get any more money out of you. I'm just, because comments don't give us money. It just lets me know what you're thinking. Just leave a comment on your opinion on all this. So yeah, here's my challenge. Everybody, leave a comment on this video. Let me know what you think. And so I know we've gotten like 35 minutes long. I'm not sure exactly how I rambled on for so long. But I hope you have stuck with me for this long. I hope you enjoyed this commentary, this Minecraft video, and of course if you thought this commentary was utter bollocks, as the British say, then I hope you've enjoyed the the Better Than Wolves footage in the background. So stay tuned. We'll be putting out some more stuff, and let me know what you think of all this. So once again, I'm Sam, and I will see you all next time. Alright, so here we've got a few linked videos. The first one is the previous episode of Better Than Sam. I know that came out a little while back, so if you want to rewatch that, or you haven't seen it yet, then there you go. Below that is the previous episode of the Chaps. I personally think that this one's really good, so check that out if you haven't already. We've got the next Better Than Sam episode. I'll put a link to that when I upload it. We've got a surprise video. That'll be one of our past videos, recent or otherwise. You may or may not have seen it, so you can check that out if you want to. And, of course, if you want to stay up to date with our videos, then you can hit that subscribe button either on the annotation in the bottom right or above this video. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you all have an awesome day.